alongside successful careers in their respective fields. Each of them has exemplified the virtues of integrity, hard work, dedication, and most importantly, they have all stayed rooted in their value systems. May I first invite Mr. Bipin Pendyala, co-founder of the India Startup Festival, to please open this segment. Mr. Bipin.
Good evening, everybody. It's an actual pleasure for the entire ISF team to be here. And we've been very, very fortunate to be able to identify, and most important, we've been very fortunate that we were able to request, and these individuals have actually graciously accepted the Lifetime Achievement Award that ISF wants to give them. And at ISF, we strongly, strongly believe that by giving the award to them, it is not an honor to them, it's actually an honor to ISF for the opportunity they are bestowing on us by accepting the award. And we really, really thank you, all of you, to have taken the time to come here and to accept our award. Thank you very much.
Our first Lifetime Achievement Award goes to Dr. Galla Ramachandra Naidu Garu for excellence in manufacturing. Dr. Naidu has made pioneering efforts in establishing quality manufacturing in rural India for industrial and automotive batteries through his company, the Amar Raja Group. Having envisaged and lived the dream of Make in India, Dr. Naidu has led his life on the 5 core values of innovation, excellence, entrepreneurship, experience, and responsibility. Dr. Naidu's efforts have ushered in enduring transformation in the local community, particularly the youth. We will now have a short video about him.
Galla Ramachandra Naidu.
I actually work for a financial firm. Again, you know how we all think money matters, but at the same time, humanity and the way we work as human beings and touching hearts and lives do matter. And a couple of years ago, exactly about 3 years ago, I started to get autistic people get engaged into technology. And I started as a pilot, getting about 5 people, ran a pilot for 6 months. And the results were phenomenal, and they showed 10x results. And now, we have in our firm more than 50 autistic people who are on the spectrum working for us. And it's not an accident. We truly believe in doing it. We wanted to do that religiously. And again, I run quality engineering. That's not traditional testing. It's a future readiness. And there are brothers and sisters across the world. They really need future readiness, and they need the path. For that reason, I spoke to J.A. Chaudhary Garu, and I'm going to start a foundation called Quality Engineering Foundation to really find people across the world to give back and to support and really show them the path. Thank you very much for the honor, and thank you very much for everything.
Thank you very much, sir. This evening, we have a special memorandum of exchange between the Give Life Foundation and the Sri Madhusudan Sai Institute of Medical Sciences and Research. May we invite on stage Dr. Bart Fisher from the Give Life Foundation and Dr. A.R. Raghupati, Medical Director, Sri Sathya Sai University for Human Excellence. This Memorandum of Understanding will assist India with its efforts to expand the size of bone marrow transplant registries in India all across the country.
We will also have the MOU exchange between the India Startup Foundation and the Atal Incubation Center, Center for Cellular and Molecular Biology. May we please invite Mr. Ramji Palela, Chief Operating Officer of AIC CCMB, and Mr. J.A. Chowdhury. The MOU aims to support creation of a collaborative ecosystem for startup development.
On behalf of all of us, we pray to Sadhguru to deliver his benedictory message.
It is said in Bhagavad Gita, Yadyada charati shreshtaha tattad deve taro janah sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanuvartate. Which means, as the noble ones set an example for the others to follow, that is how the remaining society follows them. And whatever they do, that is what the society does later. So it is upon the noble ones to be exemplars in their own field of work, to create right kind of example and ideal for the rest of the society follow. And today we are very happy to celebrate so many people who have excelled in their fields, who have set an example for the next generation of entrepreneurs, business leaders, industry leaders to follow. And what a wonderful range of stalwarts, from fintech to pharmacological research to telecom revolution to storage, energy of storage, to on this side gastroenterology, I find it difficult to pronounce, gastroenterology, so Reddy Garu, and in agricultural revolution, and we have people from impact investment. And look at it, of course, the end of the spectrum is Narsimurthy Garu. He is an education revolution, is rural education revolution. And revolution is in the blood of Mr. J. Chowdhury. You know, he is a revolutionary of his own kind, and he has brought about this great revolution in startup ecosystem, a thinking of a different kind. And I have been always telling him that what you are doing is amazing, because you are setting a new ideal, new standard, a new framework for startups to build themselves in a way that they become ideal examples for all the world to follow. And as he and I discussed, it's not about valuations, it's about value creation. And that is what, when I was listening to Mr. Rajaram, he was telling, he hasn't made any money, but he has brought about a transformation in the entire country. Yes, we have seen that India a couple of decades ago, when we could not connect to our people, even in emergency. But today, telecommunication is on our fingertips. More than probably maybe a billion, 1.2 billion people are using telecommunication technology today. So also battery storage, so also agricultural revolution, so also a healthcare revolution, research, innovation, impact investments. Every of these ideas have revolutionized the way societies are today. And that is what is needed for the next generation to learn. So we are very happy that Jay Garu has recognized, and he found them all to be celebrated on this platform. And don't worry about the lifetime part of it, Mr. Rai. The idea is that you have done so much of work that it sounds like you have had 3-4 lifetimes so far. So this is for the work and not for your age. And definitely what you've achieved that cannot be achieved in one lifetime, and that's why we think it's important that it is recognized and an example is set for others. But also Bhagavan Shri Krishna says in the same chapter of Bhagavad Gita that Name partasti kartavyam trishu lokeshu kinchana na avaptamya na avaptavyam varta eva cha karmani. I have nothing to achieve in all the 3 worlds, Bhagavan says, because there is nothing that I have not achieved and there is nothing that I need to achieve. Yet I act, yet I work. For what sake? For the sake of setting the right kind of example in the society. And that kind of selfless startup ecosystem is what I was talking about. Why should a startup happen? Yes, to solve a societal problem. Yes, to solve it in an affordable, accessible, in an acceptable way, in a sustainable way. But more importantly, it should have this component of selflessness in it, that we are doing it because the idea, the purpose is far greater than profits and everything else that follows thereafter. And if you have a purpose, you'll never get tired. You'll never feel bored. And Khalil Gibran says, all work is love made visible. When you love what you do, you are never tired of it. You never get bored. You don't need a weekend off. You don't need a holiday. You don't need to take a break because your work itself is your relaxation. You love it so much. So I think learning to love what we have got to do and finding what we love to do is very key in doing anything in life, including starting a company and making it big and making it transformative. Today we have also thought about the bottom of the pyramid. A lot of innovation chases that top 10% customer base, which is capable of paying for it. Very little innovation chases the second tier of consumers, which are picky and choosy. And hardly an innovation happens at the bottom of the pyramid. But here are some examples who have innovated at the bottom of the pyramid also and revolutionized the way we talk, walk, eat, we communicate, we travel, and everything else that we do today is because of contributions of people like these who have selflessly worked towards a greater purpose and not just making a big business or making a unicorn or a billion-dollar enterprise, but with a greater purpose. And that is the idea. At our institution, I keep telling our children, find the purpose of your life. And once you find that purpose and you align all your energies towards it, you will become very powerful. You will have the energy of God with you to execute what you have set out to execute. Find the right kind of purpose and do some soul searching. Don't simply follow people like a sheep. Be a lion in your own might. And that is how you find the purpose. That is how you find the power to execute that purpose. Take an idea, as it is said, nothing is more powerful than an idea whose time has come. And I think take that idea, as Swami Vivekananda says, and make it your everything. Live, breathe, eat, talk, sleep that idea. And give your everything to that idea, and that idea will happen sooner or later, because the universe conspires to help those who know what they want to do. And when that happens, you see magic happening. 10 years ago, when these institutions kind of started in a big way, expanding its footprint in rural geographies, education, healthcare, today we have, within 10 years, 30 campuses, a university, 15 hospitals, a medical college, all that is serving the society for free. When we began this journey, people said, this is very audacious, this is impossible, this is not doable. You can build a small school and run it in a rural campus, that's okay. A university which gives free education to the rural poor, a medical college that is going to give free education to everybody, a super specialty hospital that doesn't charge a rupee to anyone, pediatric cardiac care hospitals that do not have cash counters and billing counters, impossible, they said. And of course, the largest morning nutrition program in the country, they said all this is not possible, but all that has happened only because of the selflessness at the base of it. So yes, have an idea, solve a problem, build a billion-dollar enterprise, but build it on the foundation of doing selfless good for everyone's sake. And that is spirituality, that is the Indian way of life. When we thought of everybody's happiness, sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramaya, we thought of everyone's welfare, not just our own. So this startup festival should set this kind of example in front of the world. And we just were having a round table with a lot of diplomats from over 10 countries. And this is what was being discussed, that how Indian startup ecosystem can give the right kind of framework for the rest of the world. it can be an influencer in the way businesses are done. And I think it's our time to show them how it is done. And this is your responsibility to do it. The stalwarts like Jay Chaudhary Garu are there to mentor you. So many of them are there to mentor you. But be true to yourself, be honest, be selfless, and prosperity, as Bhagavan says, Yatra Yogishwara Krishna, Yatra Partho Dhanurdaraha, Tatra Shri Vijayobhuti Dhuvaniti Matirmama. Where there is Sri Krishna, in the sense divinity, that is blessing you, and where there is Arjuna, the duty-bound Arjuna who is willing to do his part, that's where Sri Vijayobhuti, that's where prosperity happens, success happens, that's where fame happens, because these two have come together. A selfless idea is blessed by the divine, and our efforts, human efforts, when they come together, anything and everything can be achieved. These are the examples on the stage, and I'm sure many more examples are there down below the stage who are in the making. I wish you all the very best. And again, I want to say that the kind of work they have done, it takes lifetimes to do it, but they have squeezed many lifetimes in a little lifetime of their own because of their selflessness, and they only work 26 hours a day. And that's the magic, or that's the secret of it, I think, because they live, breathe, eat, talk, walk, think. They live with that idea, they do everything with that idea, and that's how they're done. We are so grateful for all of you to have come here, received this award. I'm sure this will inspire the next generation of entrepreneurs, and we look forward to your patronage for all of them and your blessings, so that they also continue to do good to the country and the world at large, especially good to those who are left behind, the bottom of the pyramid, as I always tell. You do good, more good to them. With that idea, I think, Jay Chaudhary Garu, that's it. We'll conclude this evening session, and maybe you can say a word of thanks to everyone.
Pranam Swamiji. Your blessings always inspires us, motivates us to do more. And all the luminaries sitting here, they are the role models for all the startup companies who wants to build your companies. These are the role models. They are not doing the business only for money. And every one of them in their videos, whatever you have noticed, bottom line is serving the people, serving the society. And I know when I used to go to Nageshwar Reddy Garu, morning he comes at 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock to the hospital. I don't know what time he goes back to the home. Almost 20, as you were telling, he's working 26 hours a day in the hospital serving the people. In fact, I am also his patient. I've seen many times, I mean, sir, many people, they do the endoscopy and all that to diagnose the problem. He never used endoscopy at all, and only with the stethoscope he says, yes, you have got this problem. He gives one medicine, that's it. And that's the kind of doctor India has produced. And all of them are like that in their own rights. I mean, they have produced miracles, and it is possible. I think this is the lesson. All the entrepreneurs sitting here, all the people who are mentors, please mentor your startup companies to become like them. They are our role models. Sir, thank you very much for all of you. I mean, in spite of your busy schedules, you're able to come and receive the award from Swamiji and India Startup Festival. And only one request to all of you. Whenever India Startup Festival comes to you, because we come to you to help some of the poorest startups who do not have much money, who do not have much contacts. We only bring such people, and they are going to solve many problems in the rural India. So my only request, whenever we come to you, give us some time to our startups. That is the only request. Why, I mean, I am asking all of you, because without your help, without your contacts, without your blessings, I don't think they will be able to solve the rural problems in India. Because urban problems, a lot of people have made tons of money. I don't think I also have started 2 startups. It is very easy for me to, both the startups, one got listed in NASDAQ, and we sold it to NVIDIA for $357 million. Other tech company also got acquired by NSE, National Stock Exchange. But when I started a startup company in agriculture area, and I'm a miserable failure. I could not do anything in spite of my putting all the money, 500 acres, and I am a total failure as a agripreneur. Now I know what are the difficulties to solve the problems in the rural area. That's where I need all of your help. You have to I mean, I know you're all busy people, but give some time so that our startups, we are going to find some startups who are going to find solutions, but your time, your blessings to them, your guidance to them will be very, very useful. With that request, I thank Swamiji for blessing the India Startup Festival. It's going to the greater heights, and we are going to help many startups, thousands of startups who are going to follow your methodology, follow your selfless way of serving the public, serving the poorest of the poor. With this, I want to thank all of you for gracing the event. Thank you, Swamiji.
Thank you, sir. And offering our collective gratitude to Sadhguru, we request all the dignitaries to come onto the stage for a group photograph, please. With this, we conclude day 2 of the India Startup Festival 2023. Thank you all once again.